In 2 years, you'll still be confused. Dowman will be 18 years old. Do I believe on the right-hand side he will have space? 100%. Saka, you might have to sit down.
I was going to say,
we got to where we
Come
wanted.
on, man.
talk about your own player there. I didn't expect that, you know.
What's going on, people? How are you? What am I wearing? It's a question for another time. Welcome to Extra Filthy. This is Prove Me Wrong. And the rules are no different. They're the same every single week. This week, I'm saying, and prove me wrong, Max Dman is the greatest teenager to ever grace the Prem. English teenager to ever grace the Prem. We always show love to the likes of Cesc Fabregas, etc. But in terms of an English teenager, this is the best I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't mean that at 20 years old, he's going to be great. But in his teenage years, you will not see anything like this in the Prem for another English player. I've made it very clear what I'm saying. People, prove me wrong.
Go first.
2 words. Wayne Rooney.
That's not 2 words.
What? Is it not?
That's like the top of the top. There's an argument he's not even as good as Michael Owen at that age.
He wasn't even around like that, bro. What are you
Michael
talking
Owen is
about?
forgotten.
I'm just saying, Ballon d'Or winner.
Ballon d'Or when it was in like a magazine. Give me some real stuff. What are you talking about?
Look, Wayne Rooney, if you're talking about Max Dman, in ability-wise, that can be a conversation, I think. But in terms of what Rooney did at 16, at 17, that was a grown man playing in a child's body, I'll be real with you. The
100.
debut, the goal, and funnily enough, it was actually the reverse fixture. Dowman's obviously scored in now, but that was insane. And I think 2 years later, this guy was a bona fide starter in the England team.
100.
Like, that's the level we've got to be looking at Dowman. Is at 18, is he going to be starting for England? I don't know if we can say that.
Maybe you can't say that, but I take a look at England's wingers. Who are they even? You're making it seem like they've got certified guys that are like, he starts. You don't even know who they are. In 2 years, so if you don't know who they are now, in 2 years, you'll still be confused. Dowman will be 18 years old. Do I believe on the right-hand side he will have space? 100%. Saka, you might have to sit down.
I was going to say,
We got to where we
Come
wanted.
on, man.
talk about your own player there. I didn't expect that, you know.
It doesn't, my own player.
Saka's going to be holding bench at club and country for Dowman.
The thing is, I forgot you, man, love the club too much. Obviously, I don't know these, man. I love Arsenal, but I don't know these, man. I don't. Saka, my guy, you were shouting out Filthy when you were 15, 16. Yeah, I hear it. Woo. But Dowman's better. How about that?
But
Dowman's better.
We're talking about a Saka who really is going to be coming into his prime in 2 years.
Oh.
26, 27, 28. No, that's the age where...
Yeah, but that's just in terms of, the typical stereotype of a player going into his prime is that age. However, I guess we could clearly see that Saka has kind of
Decline.
Regress. That's it. Not digress. Digress is crazy. But regress in ability, bro, and in terms of performances and stuff like that. Obviously, he's had injuries that's affected him a lot. But since that 22-23 season that we love to talk about with Saka, it's just gone downhill. So
I think that's harsh, where I don't agree with that Saka thing, but go on.
Let me ask you this. What makes Dowman better than Waneri? Because this
Ethan's
time
a baller.
last year, the same conversations were being had about Waneri.
100%.
And I was all on board. And then 12 months later, he's away on loan at Marseille. Dowman, I love him as well. I think exciting kid. But we don't know if that same development is going to be the same. But what separates them two for you?
First of all, whoever you had that conversation with, you should stop talking to them.
Yeah,
Secondly,
I have.
With Ethan Waneri, I think with both Ethan and Miles Lewis-Skelly, those are two players that broke into the team because we had injuries. So because we had injuries, they broke into the team. They were highly obviously regarded, but they done extremely well when they broke into the team. So off the back of breaking into the team with a little bit of hope, like Ethan Waneri made his debut at 15 years old and then we seen more of it when he's 17, 18. I just don't think that those individuals were pushed into the side like, you are far too good, it's time for you to play now. It was more like, we're short on numbers, you jump on the bench and left back's a little bit short and so on and so forth. Whereas now that everyone's back, you see, Miles Lewis-Skelly can't get in the side, Ethan Waneri's in Marseille. But guess who's here?
Dowman. But that's just as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, seeing how Ethan's gone and Miles Skelly has dropped out the first team, do you think Arteta's going to potentially fumble Dowman as well, in a way?
We have to remember, you spoke about Wayne Rooney. He broke into a side where their best striker is Duncan Ferguson. Don't talk to me about difficulty breaking into a side.
No, but-
We're talking about a side that's in 4 cup competitions. And when this video, because we're filming this on the Monday, this comes out on the Saturday. Yes, we're going to beat Bayer Leverkusen. So we're filming this when there's 4 cup competitions, my guy. And we're trying to win something, the league for the first time in how long? For a 16-year-old to break into that side. I'm talking he's still doing GCSEs. Not breaking into Goodison Park Everton. Not James Milner breaking into a Leeds side. Not Michael Owen breaking into a Liverpool side that were never really going to win the league anyway. We're talking about breaking into a league winning potentially side. Like, that's kind of unheard of for Arsenal. I don't remember us having that.
But it's one thing to play like a few minutes here and there, but be a regular starter. Has he fully broken into the team? I don't think so.
What, now? Yeah. But he will. Our right-hand side is shaky.
For the next 7 games, you think he'll play majority of the Prem games?
No, I'm not saying that. But by next season, Max Dowman's going to be a star. None of you lot have seen an English player play like this.
Cool, but what, you're saying he starts ahead of Saka next season? Does he start ahead of Saka next season?
No, it's still too early. At 7 a.m.
You just said he starts next season.
No, I said he plays next season more. I didn't say he starts.
He'll definitely play more, I think.
Yeah,
But I think
100%.
in terms of Rooney, he was actually starting at that age. And I think
He
back
wasn't,
then
but
as well.
carry on.
No, but back then, 20 years, bro, youngsters weren't being given opportunities. Now it's almost like every 16, 17-year-old who's got any bit of talent, you're getting your debut. 20 years ago, mid-thousands, bro, you had to be a supreme, special talent. And that's what Rooney was.
Nah, that's not true. James Vaughan made his debut around that time.
And
What's he doing
fell
now?
off a cliff.
Yeah, and then he would look.
All right,
like,
cool. So you had James Milner. You had Aaron Lennon. This is around the 2000 to 2005 time. These are all the teenagers coming out. Michael Owen was a little bit before that because he was 96, 97. But there was bare young players coming out up until about 2005, 2006 because they had to, because no one had bread. You had the Leeds United side of David O'Leary. They had bare youths, bro. None of them can chat to Dowman.
But the thing is, all those names you mentioned, look at the longevity they had. Lennon, Milner, Rooney. Vaughan is the only one you can't say. So for that time, those were special talents. Lennon coming out at Leeds United was the youngest player. Milner, same thing when they got relegated. Rooney was that special guy, way ahead of time. And the thing is, it's how he lived up to it the next year, the year after. He just kept improving. Was it 6 goals in his first year? 9 goals in the second year, I think it was. England international by the 3rd year. You're like, brother, this guy's headed for the moon.
And the way he was bullying men as a teenager. Like,
Men.
I think, was it Desai when England played France, where he elbowed him or something?
That's another thing.
Like,
the
these-
France team at that time, was it Maka, Vieira,
They were shocked.
Zidane? They said they played Rooney at 18 at the Euro 2004, and they said he thought himself he was the best player in the world. And they remember they walked off that pitch thinking, we were more worried about Beckham and Owen, but we walked away talking about that ginger kid, Rooney.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't know. The thing is, I think Dowman could get to that level, but I don't know if it will be as quick as Rooney did.
Why I feel like a lot of these new kids that are coming through now, 16, 17, 18, the difference between them now and guys like Rooney and that is, Rooney, like you said, was a man. But like, you look at him, you don't think he's a teenager. You don't think he's a 16-year-old.
chest hair's like
a lot
30.
of these youths now are very like fragile mentally, and I feel like it's cool to make your debut break, but you see, as it goes on, can you keep that up and live
Bonus
up to
point
it?
as well.
Mentally, I don't think they
Rooney
can.
street striker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, back in the day.
Greatest TV show of
Yeah.
all time, you know what I mean? Max Dman, when you get one of them, we'll crown you
you
the king.
you see with the point about like between Rooney and Dowman as well, as if we're talking based on ability, as a 16-year-old, I don't know if Rooney was a better footballer.
Ability,
than
technically
Dowman.
cool. Of course,
No, but it's
Dowman
not
looks
just
better.
not just technical. I'm not talking about just the dribbling and stuff. Like, I'm just talking as a footballer, because you lot talk about Rooney and you mention a lot about the maturity and being able to play against older men and stuff like that, and then use the example of like younger kids or like talents nowadays. Then you've got someone like Lamine Yamal, who's arguably the best player in the world.
Of course.
And he's not seen as a player that's like bullying other players and stuff like that, but he seems like he belongs with the big boys. And I feel like when Max Dman plays as well, bro, it's the same thing. He's doing it in the Premier
Oh,
League.
you're backing me?
Yeah, of course. No, but
My brother, come on.
no. I'm backing you, but in the sense of if we're talking about ability, it's different. I think Max Dowman as a footballer, and that's what I want us to talk about, him and his ability, bro.
Thing is, though, I think
insane.
Rooney's ability was just there. You look at the debut finish, bro. Outside of the boot,
100%,
edge of the box, he
100%.
has no
Yeah.
right to take that shot. But I think the reason why we talk about the maturity is because physically,
Wait, who
bro,
was
at
outside of the
16
boot?
No, it was
outside of the box.
Outside the box, it'll half.
Oh,
volley.
Rooney
Yeah,
against
Rooney
Arsenal.
against
Okay,
Arsenal.
yeah, that was
Against Arsenal.
crazy.
But what it is, the reason why we talk about it is physical maturity. It's physically, bro. It's at 16. We were saying Yamal, Dowman, they're all slight, they're all slim. Bro, he was going up against big
100%,
centre forwards
100%.
and hanging.
Just to add to that, bro, Rooney was playing in an era where you could get studs to your thigh, holes in your leg, and the ref won't even give a yellow.
Umbro studs were 6
Now,
inches.
Dowman, Yamal, all these players, you flick them, they fall. It's a free
You're here
kick.
telling
innit?
lies.
Huh?
You're here telling lies. It's cool.
Why is
No, I think that's a lazy
It's
argument.
Ramadan, bro. We're all
Why is
fasting.
that a lie, though?
At the time of recording, we're all fasting and he's
Why
lying.
is that a lie?
I'm just saying.
Tell me what the lie is.
But you're sinning. I'm
what's the
winning.
lie?
Top of the league.
No.
What's the lie? Tell me what the lie
It's
is.
not. It's a lie in the sense of you're throwing it onto Dowman. I'm not saying Dowman's
No,
not
no,
one of
not
those
just
players.
Dowman. I'm talking about all these new
but
kids
then,
now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't use that as an argument against it. Like, yes, you can say it, but that's what I mean. When you talk about Rooney, you're mentioning the maturity side of things and the fact that he's tough and all of that. I wouldn't.
No, I
use
just
that
said
as
the
an argument.
eras of
That- it
football are
says a
two
lot.
different.
It's a plus, though.
It's a plus, but I can't throw that against Rooney, against Dowman because he's not part of that era and he's not playing against these.
That's why I said
the
it's
same
hard to
players.
compare.
But in terms of Rooney has one up on him in terms of physicality and in terms of, I feel like mentally how he was able to handle that, I have to give him major plus for that. And in terms of technical ability, I hear it maybe in terms of the first touch, the dribbling, Dowman might be better. But I think shooting, finishing, like I
He
think
played up
Rooney's
front
better.
though. So since watching football since 1996, that's when I started.
Damn.
I know. Since then, this has probably been the best crop of English players I've seen. I would say in the past 5 years, we consistently get good English players now. Before that, I don't think people spoke about England with conviction, talking about and winning a major trophy. Whereas now, that's a realistic conversation that people can have. They literally just lost. They've lost what?
3 finals?
3 finals in the last two finals? It was a
Semi,
semi-final for the
yeah,
2018,
yeah.
but they've lost 2 finals, and I think that speaks to how good the England setup is right now. Max Dman is spoken about amongst this England setup very highly. You then talk about the Premier League. The Premier League, since I've been watching football since 1996, this is the hardest it's ever been. It's globally spoken about as the best league. I've heard someone call it the NBA of football. So for me, when you take in all of that and a 16-year-old boy that at the time of recording is sitting in science right now, is playing first team football in the Premier League, no one can chat to that. It's too, you can talk about the eye test. You can talk about his flair. You can speak about him putting it in Jai's legs. We can talk about all of that. But for me, when you speak about mental, brother, he's come off the bench with 15 minutes to go against Everton and won us the game. How can we talk about mentality?
No, I hear it. I think the mentality is there, but I also think that I don't know if you just said that for your point or if you're going to agree with what I said, but I know they're going to agree with what I'm about to say. But you can also argue that during the time that Rooney was a teenager and doing his thing, it was probably more difficult and he came up against bigger opponents and
That's
stuff. Like
literally
you
what
just
I meant.
mentioned France and all of that kind of stuff. And it was probably a tougher time in the eyes of certain people. Like for me, for Rooney, it was a bit tougher then to play against those.
There
those
was way
talents.
more elite
and then elite players back
opposition
then. Yeah, that's
back
what,
then
that's what I'm
than
trying
there
to
is
say.
now.
Yeah.
And just to add to what you were saying in terms of, it's a random question, might not even.
Did you say elite opposition?
Back in the day, yeah.
I'll
That's
give you
how
that.
all these guys.
I'll give you that Everton first team, and then I'll give you the games that Rooney would have played that season, and I'll mention some of the players, and you tell me if that's elite. You told me the back
Fair
four for
enough.
Southampton,
But a question
elite.
was asked, yeah. If you name 15 of the best players in the world right now, how many are from the Prem?
Loads. Are you nuts?
From the 15, how many?
Oh, come on, my brother. Fam.
I'm just asking.
All right, cool. Start naming some of the best players in the world, and let's see how many times you go
In the
Italy
Prem
and
or
Spain and France.
Yamal,
I'm on that. You're in Spain.
Probably 5 of them are in France.
Pedri,
Pedri, I was going to say Yamal,
Dembele.
Mbappe,
Mbappe,
Jude.
Vinny.
Because what you're purposely doing is not mentioning Premier League players. It's cool. I'm not
No,
even,
I'm going to
even
get to the Prem.
angry.
You
I'm
said
not
mention the
even,
world. I said Prem or world. Like.
Vitinha, Neves, Hakimi,
Dembele.
Nuno Mendes, Dembele.
What are we saying? The best players?
15 of the best players in the
Vargas,
world
Dembele.
are majority from the Prem or outside the Prem.
I would say outside the
outside,
Prem, if I'm
100%
being honest.
I would say the Prem, personally.
I think the Prem has got maybe 3-4 candidates.
Because if we're going to talk about old school, I don't want to deviate too much from Max Dman because he is the best youngster I've ever seen in my life. English. But when you say players like Hakimi, I don't agree, bro. For me, as a right back, if you can't defend, I'm not calling you world class.
he's
and Hakimi,
improved
he's
defensively.
improved, but he's not In my era of right backs, Hakimi can't chat to certain man. So if you're telling me that's globally
Who's better than him in the Prem?
in the Prem, let me think about Timber. Timber's better than Hakimi.
Oh, Timber's not even better than Reece James.
Brother, you believe that Spurs are better than Man United? According to you, Spurs are meant to be top half. I don't know, but I know that Timber is definitely better.
All right, back to Max Dman. What me and FUAD were speaking off camera about as well is the fact that this guy, he's relentless with the ball as well, bro. He always wants the ball, which is something I love in the football. And the fact that he's 16 years old, demanding the ball just to go forward, which isn't something you see a lot in Arsenal as well. Where you do see it is with someone like Odegaard, who demands the ball a lot. He's running around the pitch asking for it, but doesn't kind of go forward as much as Dowman would do, dribble past players and stuff like that. However, it is something we saw when Odegaard was younger at Madrid, 15, 16 years old, broke through the team, and he was playing similar to that. But I don't think it was at the level that Dowman has.
Do you think, because for the past like couple years we've been saying like the football in the Prem's been changing, we ain't been seeing like players play with freedom, or we don't see that like excitement anymore and stuff. Do you think like, because it's happening with Liverpool as well, Rio, he's come on, he's making Salah and Gakpo look like fools. He looks young, like is it a thing where, because we've been deprived of these type of players for so long, that when we see them it's like
100%.
We
even
go crazy.
more.
I fully agree with that. I think the managers are to blame for that. I think everything's become about systems and tactics, and you need to play as part of a unit. And when you do see players with that bit of individual brilliance, like a Yamal, like a Dowman, as you're saying, it's a bit like, oh, yo,
we ain't
that's
seen
the
this in
old
so
school
long.
Mavericks we were used to, and it's a little bit different to the system guys that we've almost become used to over the last 4 or 5
I
years.
just disagree,
so I agree.
man.
No, but I
think
you can disagree, but I think it's based off a feeling. Like for us, like I agree with that because for me, like I get excited watching Yamal, Dowman, Rio, like you said, because it's different to what I'm used to. With the best wingers in the world the past 5 years, you could say like Salah was up there and stuff like that with the numbers.
They became goal scorers.
Yeah, they became goal scorers and they were elite at it, but they weren't like exciting me the way these players are, because it's just the feeling that I get watching them. It's probably what I prefer. And it could just depend on the person and what that preference. Because you say you disagree, but
why would you disagree?
Because when I watch the Premier League, I'm watching Estavio, he excites me. I watch Njaya, Everton, and he excites me. Whereas in other leagues, I have to watch the top sides to be excited. Whereas I can just watch any side in the Premier League. There'll be at least 2 players. I'm like, bloody hell, he's good. So I think it's a little bit harsh what you're saying. And again, Max Dman, that's all we should be speaking about anyway. This is a man that is probably definitely the best 16-year-old in the world. I don't know a 16-year-old better than him. And in terms of, I take a look at World Cups I'm going to be prepared for. Saudi World Cup, he'll be player of the tournament.
But we saw it with Palmer as well. He had his maddest season as a right winger. They've brought him back into the 10. And obviously, barring injuries, he's not looked as effective or as exciting as he did 22, 23.
Yeah, but I don't think I think it's 2 different players as well. As in, like, the way I get excited about Dowman getting the ball and dribbling past all these players, not to say that Palmer can't do that, but it's not something I've like seen. Like, even when he was at, like, not his prime, but what he was doing for Chelsea a season ago, whatever it was, I don't think he can do what Dowman, bro, he's insane. I can't lie. Dowman's.
Now you understand where I'm coming from.
No, I've understood it from the start.
greatest.
I wouldn't say he's the greatest because you're going mad.
You got too far. You got too far.
He's going mad. I wouldn't say he's the greatest, but bro, he's there. And the fact that he can play those positions as well.
I don't know. Any man that can come off the bench 15 minutes ago against an Everton side where the average height of anyone is like 6'2", maybe 6'3", apart from like an Njaya or Mikalenko, like, he shouldn't even be barging man off the ball. He shouldn't even have the quick feet. He shouldn't have the sense of mind. He shouldn't have the mentality. He shouldn't even know where the goal is. He shouldn't get the ball wide and then say, let me just cross this back post and, you know what I'm saying, man, like Hinkapine can just put it on his dick and then get it to it. What'd you say?
Yo.
Brother, watch how you're chatting to me in Ramadan, fam. Like, I'm not even respecting that. But honestly, I'm trying to figure out, because obviously we're going through the conversation, we're speaking about different leagues and so on and so forth, but I kind of want to hear the crop of players from the Premier League that are better than him, English. At 16, Rooney, I have to be like, that's an argument.
Yeah.
Outside of Rooney,
I can kind of think of at the moment that I would certified push forward. He's almost a barometer for me. But I think with Dowman,
that's the only one.
Yeah.
Owen, I think Owen has a shout, man. He even done an interview saying he was better than the whole world.
Yeah, but he said a lot of things though.
I know. And bare people agreed with him, by the way.
When was he sick? Because Michael Owen,
I don't like him.
Owen, I would say was
I'm
more
just
18,
saying.
19, 20.
Yeah,
is where
he didn't win a Ballon
really
d'Or, by the way, as a teenager.
No, he didn't. I'm just saying.
because that was 2001 when he won
I
something.
think Dowman's development over the next year or two will be key. Because
Very key.
In the areas that you said, the 10, the right wing, you've got Saka, you've got got Waneri, you've got Odegaard, you've got Eze. Those are 4 bona fide players, in my opinion. And I think how Arteta uses him, does he go the Foden route where he, as you said, maybe make him more of a squad player next season? The year after he becomes that certified starter. But I think how Arteta develops him is going to be key for the next 2 years, in my opinion.
I think that's extremely important because we've seen that with current players as well. Like we saw what Saka was capable of like a few seasons ago and Odegaard as well. But people, like you've seen arguments where that attacking side has been coached out of them because of Arteta. Like, I'm not saying that's 100% true, but it's a thing that you can kind of see from season on. So I'm kind of worried about how he's going to coach Dowman. But from what I've seen now and how he's utilising him.
That's one thing I'll say.
It's what I want to be seeing.
The fact that the game was 0-0 in a title-winning game that you needed,
and he
looked to him, and I think there's rumours around the club he's been trying to play him since he was 14. Yeah. So
I'd be real with you as well. One thing we need to start crediting Arteta a lot. I think a lot of people watch football through a weird lens of mine. If Arteta wants to win the league, why would he not encourage Saka to run with the ball? Because he clearly tells Noni to run with the ball and he listens. And he clearly brought on Max Dman the other day to go and woo. So one thing we got to take a look when we're taking a look at mentality and so on and so forth is the reasons why I love Saka are not the reasons why I love Max Dman at all. I love Max Dman because he looks like natural talent. That's no disrespect to any other English player. But the only other players when I think natural talent, I think Wayne Rooney. Natural talent. I think Cole Palmer. I'm like, this guy's just naturally talented. I don't think... What did you say?
Foden. Would you put
yes,
him there?
100%. 100% Foden. I think these boys are naturally talented. And then I think to a certain extent, it's kind of like what Mikey was saying on Tuesday. You can't really coach these guys too tough. You can't overcoach them. You have to show them the area that they can play in and tell them, do your thing. Like, what manager is going to tell Messi the right pass to play?
Yeah.
And that's how good Max Dman is. You know where I'm coming from, my guy. Messi. Max.
You know what it is with these teenagers as well? Sometimes they go through a mad like growth spurt that kind of mashes up their like balance and how to run and that, and they got to learn to how to. So yeah, it's never plain and easy for them.
For me, the only youngsters that can chat to Arsenal youngsters really and truly these days is Barcelona. When they drop their 17, 18-year-olds, these kids are absolutely crazy.
JJ Gabriel. Hey, Steve-O.
We haven't mentioned Rio once, by the way.
No, we did.
Is he...
I did.
Okay. Is he on the same table
in this conversation?
In this conversation, yeah, because he came through Newcastle, got an equalising goal every
Finish,
time.
by the way.
All season long, Liverpool fans have been asking for him to start, and he's 16 as well. Do you know what I mean? Just turned 17. I think he's also another special talent, but it speaks to that, what you were saying with England right now. I feel like they're just producing a crop of talent that a conveyor belt almost, like France have almost.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest with you, I feel like me having this conversation, speaking about Max Dman in the filthy office is not being appreciated. I hope I have the opportunity to go to like a St. George's Park, just something where they appreciate good English talent and they understand that I only talk sense. You lot at home don't agree, but it doesn't matter. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about Max Dman or any other youngster from the past in the Premier League or maybe the future. Heide, who did you mention?
JJ Gabriel.
He is absolutely crazy. I cannot lie to you. That is crazy. Wow. Leave a comment, speak about any young players we should be looking forward to and also the players from the past. Am I being too crazy? Is it Wayne Rooney? Is it James Milner? Is it Aaron Lennon? Nah, he played for Spurs. Leave a comment, let us know. I love you all. FUAD, thank you so much.
Hey, come on, man. Appreciate it, bro. Come on.